Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Matriarchy Times podcast, Matriarchal Voices. In today's episode, we have someone very exciting to meet all of you. This is Miss Lynn Tang, and she's the founder of the United Matriarchy Nations, and she's also a filmmaker, and she has a lot of interesting projects related to matriarchy underway. So I'll leave her to tell you about it. Hi, Miss Tang. Could you please introduce yourself to our audience and tell us a bit about yourself and your background?
Hi everyone. I'm so honored to be on today's interview. My name is Lynn Tang. Myself is a film producer. I worked, produced a 9 feature film, and also I run 3 international film festivals every year. We just finished the San Diego International Kids Film Festival, and right now we're prepared for the next one. It's for the animation comic gaming. Anyway, one of my 9 feature film is called On Matriarchy Lake, which is a first cinema type of the film filmed in the matriarchy tribe. Never anyone thought about it, and when I get this project, I think it is very unique, and it's a huge society of the people who are facing a modern problem, so wants to find out what's about the matriarchy country, whether still function in a social system. So I made this movie, and the movie won worldwide, won lots of award at a different film festival. And then I started kind of to find say we're gonna get our audience. So when we start search, then we found that there is 8 million of them in the worldwide. So that's why I get involved with the United Matriarchy Nation. Why we founded this organization is just to give like worldwide all the matriarchy tribes or nations and a chance to unite it together, because some of them very small, small population, some of the bigger one, but most of them are still under agriculture, kind of isolated in a in different area of the world. For me, I think united is a power, so we should get together to to kind of express our demanding, our declare our existence and our advantages. So I formed this non-profit organization. So it's United Matriarchy Nation. It was very, we just, for me, my purpose is to make film for each of the 8 tribes, what we found out right now.
Okay. So Ms. Tang, could you tell us, like, before you started doing all this great work, what attracted you to the concept or the idea or the whole matriarchal society area in the first place?
I think the matriarchy system is motherhood. So when a mother in charge, they have much bigger heart. They're much more equal for treating children. Even the boys or girls. It's a human nature. So that's the one I think. Not now the patriarchy society have a lot of problem is because the father side, the man is by nature. It doesn't mean man good or woman bad or woman good or man's bad. It's just by the the nature of the human being. So the fatherhood right now has kind of problem with the society, like wars, the divorce system. The mothers and the kids are nobody's this very disadvantaged because if they're divorced or something like that. So I think it's all the many other like rape, other kind of social problem actually came from the patriarchy system. Normally, like even I go study for all the tribes of these nations where we found out of them, and they have lowest crime rate because they mother try to neutral all the kids, even those kids are not themselves. So some, the sisters, other stuff. So all the mother are new to their kids. The society is very peaceful and no crime rate. So the kids are grow up in a, in a love environment mentally. If the boys or girls are much healthier, so the problem is much less. That's what I find out. I think maybe it's a time to talk about this, to find a solution, about the system, and also find out the very first human nature, human society is formed under the matriarchy. It's not a patriarchy. So motherhood is in the birth of the society of human society. So if we keep that tradition, I think definitely it's much more peaceful and much more nicer world than today's. So that's what I find out.
I'm sure you felt a great sense of relief when visiting these societies after living in patriarchal societies for so long. So what were some kind of unique experiences, that something that really stood out to you when you visit all these tribes and interact with these people? Like, is there anything from that that you wish that we had in our society, like something small? I know we can't go for a matriarchy like all at once, obviously, but there are certain things that maybe we could integrate, some
Yeah, I
values.
think the values of, well, we just say each one has its own differences, but most, I think, a common one is, I think the motherhood's love is a much bigger love. I think that one is make a distinguish of the compared to patriarchy. Patriarchy more by himself, but motherhood is more like for everyone. There is one place I was very interesting. It's the most newest one. It's only have like 3,000 people in Africa. They're formed by like a later 1980s. So it's only
Okay.
like 50 years or 50 years old. These were those tribes. Okay, how they manage their own daily life. So in their village, there is a big tree. Under the tree, every morning or every day of the week, all the head of the motherhood is sitting under the tree and discuss the issues happens in their tribe. And then they finish the meeting, then they go manage their own, their own kind of a family or their own little group. So that's how they operate for 5 years. They never have a problem. And all the boys and girls, whatever, their society, even they're poor, but they're very peaceful. And all the kids are very happy. They're healthy human beings. So I think that's another thing is like a democratic system. That's how really a democratic system is. We come to a meeting, we sit down and talk. We're not use gun or use argument, use these forces. We're talk. We're discussing like today. We're just talking about issues. Then we kind of thinking, talk about it, then we get everything solution. Then everybody upgrade and go back to take action of what you wanted to rule your country. That's a very natural, equal, and fair democratic system, which I think is it's very nice. And compare other like older, like right now the biggest population one is Indonesia. There is a big like a matriarchy society. I think in that one is the same thing, because or the woman rule, a woman has inheritances, a woman has a financial power. So anyone, if the husband, wife, and not really have they want divorce or something, they don't want to keep together. So the family still, the family financially and the kids are especially under very good care. So they don't have much a problem, which is every matriarch society is shows of equity and the democratic system. I think that's what the future we should need. With that, we talk, we discuss, we find a solution, and then we solve the problem. Then we active on it, not based on this and not find the excuses what the modern days are doing. Every government or every places I find the excuses not doing it. Yeah. I know bottom of the heart, they know it's right, but they just don't do it. However, the woman has much better, I think, acceptance. They say, oh yeah, it's wrong, I correct it. I'm just, go to doing it. Just daily life, you can see the female part of it. I come from China. So in China, supposed traditionally going to be the man to be the one to respect the elders, to take care of the elders. And the men since have inheritance for the properties, everything from the parents, right? The women don't have it, but the men supposed to have obligation to taking care of the elder parents. Nobody doing it. Who is doing it? All the daughters. Same thing comes to the United States. I live here for 30 some years. It's the same thing. The guys are not really, the boys are not really taking care of their elder sister, but that most daughters, mostly, statistically, more daughters are doing it. So because the maintaining society has a harmony thing. So which means the woman in charge, the kids get taken care of it, and the elder get taken care of it. So that's how society you need to do. The weaker ones get taken care of it. The society can be peaceful. I think all these years under the patriarchy system, with the woman still doing it. So if we're back to the older time, we're doing the patriarchy system, a matriarch system, I think it will be much better social system to get it supporting. And that's why I still, after doing all this kind of starting comparison, I think that's another thing I want to do, is just to say, I think I did the right thing to form the United Matriarchy Nation, because that's where future will slowly to reinstall the power of the female, the motherhood, which is good for the whole human society, not just it's for both men and women.
Yeah, so your United Matriarchy Nations project, like as a community, as Matriarchy Times, we have been following your work. We have spoken to you before. We know a lot about it, and we're very excited about all the work you're doing. But listeners would also probably like to know, would you like to explain to them exactly what the United Matriarchy Nations is, and what your projects and your plans are for the future?
Yeah, the United Nations, we are formal like exactly model as the United Nation, United Matriarchy Nation, and we form as a model of the United Nations. We have we will ask for each of the tribe, for matriarch tribe, they can be a member of the organization, and each tribe can send their like a representative, like ambassador, and to the United Matriarchy Nation. When we can use the UMN, they can send to the UMN to sign up, to register, to do that, be a member. Then we probably planning to host like quarterly or yearly, or depending on the issues, have meetings. Thank God nowadays we have room, we can do that, and or we probably at least host one time in person in each country. We depend on where we find the sponsors. We may do in United States, or may do in Indonesia, or may do Africa. So once we have it, so we can find out where is a physical location each year. At least we host one time. All the tribe leaders, all the ambassadors sit down together, like the leader, Africa. Matriarchy community sit on the tree and talk about the things happening, and then we find a solution. And then because everybody will form as a nation, so we add up about like more than 8 million population, so we can help out each other, like a trade, or the exchanging for for the students, or for other things, like what we do between countries. At the same time, we can act as a big organization, and to stand point for the influence power for other things. And also same time, we can ask for the big corporation to support us, because we although over a few thousands of years of a patriarch system, the woman really get the matriarch system is all behind, because they still under agriculture, society. So we want them to update to modern digital world. So my initial plan is once we have this, we're gonna ask for all the grants for a big corporation, and we're gonna ask for the Starlink to donate the internet receiver. So all the tribe can have an internet, and then we can start there we can start sign up the like highly educated or retirement professors or people in a different kind of field to training, to volunteer training the girls and the boys in those nations to upgrade their skills and nanotech knowledge, so they can easily to match modern life, like a digital world. So they can have, like, for example, we can open a coding class or coding schools, and for the boys and girls in the tribe, so they can have a good job, they can take a work. So this one can bring up all the financial disadvantage because they're in a remote area. So that's the things I think we should do mostly very quickly, once we have everything formatted. So that's my initial idea. Like I said, since it's a new thing, I really encourage everyone to be a member of it. If you the member of it, just to help whatever you can do. If you have you have influence, contribute to influence. You have a talent, contribute talent. Of course, if you have financial ability, contribute your money. It doesn't matter. We don't. It can be anything. It's built for a better future. So it can be anything. It doesn't. You don't have to be like a big sponsor or anything. You don't have to. If you have time, help out a little bit. If you can do anything, we kind of encourage everybody to kind of. Also, sometimes you can submit just some ideas. In our place, we listen. So like say, this is kind of reinstallment. We don't live in this matriarchy society. We don't know what older time is, and also under now the modern days. So we know some new things, but we try to bring the new things into the older system. There is everybody's on a learning curve, so everybody have some kind of idea. We love to get everybody in to talk about it, to find a better solution. We need everyone's effort to build this one. If you believe in matriarch system, you just come to help any way you can help. It doesn't matter. So whatever you can do, you want to help, that's fine. And this is the one of the organization. The first step we're trying to doing it, and we recently, because I'm a filmmaker, I want to do movies. So recently we probably going to do a very soon start filming a short movie. Look like we're doing finding. There's a title, public finding. Get the matriarchy back. Some kind of later like a short story. So because we got only small amount of money, so we can do a short film. We're going to do that pretty soon, and probably like later like November or December, we're going to start filming. And we like kind of ideas. If you guys have some ideas, just to leave us on Facebook or anywhere, you can leave a message on it. So we're open for it. And once we're doing that, we're going to get more promotions, get more women going to be known, and we're going to acquire more comrades who are into the matriarch system. And then, like I said, also we have some kind of development about really building physically like a village, like a matriarch village in the United States. So we have kind of we are kind of go different states to find out bigger land. And I think we already have a couple of the people love the idea, so they found like real estate developers and stuff like that. We kind of start talking to people, and this is going to take a little while, but we do once at a time. The first, originally, we have a couple of people thinking to do it in California and Hawaii, but the land is way so expensive. We may have to thinking about going to other states, kind of which land is much cheaper and then much more acceptable for the formal of the United Matriarchy Nation, like kind of our policies and laws. So we go different different states to kind of go search now around. So I think what we're just doing it, all the researches, and go to due diligence to find where the location. We're gonna start building something, have our physically something for for matriarch society, and that's what we're kind of doing all these things, and everything is progressing. Like I said, we do those things under our spare time, and at the same time we try to recruit all the members. It's going to take a little while, but we're doing it.
I'm sure everyone listening was excited to hear that. So guys, Miss Lynn Tang is actually pioneering a very interesting project. She's looking to build a matriarchal village in the United States. So it's a whole area that will be governed by matriarchal principles. And once it's set up and running, I guess it's up to you to decide whether you want to live there or not. And I'm sure that there are people here who would be lining up to kind of get in.
Everybody would like to be a citizen of the United Matriarchy Nation. We welcome you to come here. You can come here, immigrate here. So we're gonna set up once we have it, we will probably have kind of talk to the government about the immigration policy. And I think also kind of like a shelter for the women who are get some area they get a really bad treatment for the for the patriarchal system or the man. So we can also for those women who can be a shelter for them. So we probably eventually will talk to the immigration system. So if we could, foreign matriarchy systems, leaders or some people get some problems and can't be immigrate to USA. That's going to be later on. It's going to be a long plan to show. But since we're building it, we're going to put in our plan. We can work on slowly. I think once we start talking to different people, somebody going to come out to something. So I think right now they say we buy land, then we build our villages. This is feasible. It's okay. And then some of the investors, the real estate developers, they would love to do this. And so once we have our houses, people can come here to work and to do the works, to live here, and then we have our whole town. I was in Las Vegas a couple months ago, and I was thinking, Las Vegas is a sin city. People practice gambling, all that kind of same thing. They can make Las Vegas a huge city and glamorous city, successful city. There is no way matriarchy cities or towns or nations, there is no way not success. It's half of the women. I mean, the women would be like to be there, and they were accept. So I was thinking, say, well, yeah, even Las Vegas can success. Why we definitely can success. I mean, it's a sin city. They can success, and we're really good part of it. We should be success. We should be able to run a successful city for it, and this is going to bring a place, like a sanctuary place for all the women, who are in the matrix system, a place. They can come to have a worldwide view, or maybe we can start opening like colleges and training those, the students from all the, because most of the tribe are very undeveloped. So we can bring up the education system and new technology. They can come to here to do school. Can be that too, right? So they can take a modern education or something like that. So there's a lot of things you can do since we're building a city for it. A town for it. So then there'll be, like I said, we start to kind of slowly get a lot of big people. Once we get big people, they have bigger power. If they're helping us, we can get much quicker. If they're smaller people, but we're still going to able to make it. Just everybody come, we're going to make it. So that's what I was excited about it, but it's kind of a long-term shot. But hey, every day do a little bit, and slowly we can build up. And all the listeners, all the audience, really thinking about it is because we're a woman, we wanted to have a better society, and we always can squeeze some time to do little things at a time. Then everybody doing the same, then we're gonna make it. And we got imagine we have the word what we want. We want, like, because when we give a birth to child, we want the child to have peaceful, healthy, everything. So, under our provision, and imagine you store that back to us, how beautiful the world will be, and our offsprings, our kids, our grandkids will be living a much better world. This is a very beautiful thing to do. So I think, just imagine that you can have some kind of like encouragement to do so.
I was just thinking, like, really hope that there are people who will be able to experience your matriarchal village who have not already been damaged by the patriarchy. Like someone whose only experience is a matriarchy will have such a different life. And I feel that if there's anyone out there who doubts a matriarchy or has never heard of it or has never been harmed by the patriarchy, I invite you to kind of watch Miss Lynn Tang's videos. We'll leave the titles down in the description so you can find them. And since she has done all this work, she has taken a chance that a lot of us, I mean, probably none of us have been able to take to visit all these tribes around the world, make movies about them. So she has brought all this information right to your doorstep. So you have a chance to see how the world will work in the future. Like, I'm sure that the matriarchy will be an eventuality, not just an idea, because more and more people are waking up that patriarchy is not working. And I'm sure that eventually this matriarchal village will just be the world. It won't just be a village somewhere in the United States.
Like our place to all the worldwide, like United Nation have a place for us, and UMN has a place to us. I think, unfortunately, very fortunately, I'm in United States, which is the only public government allow us to do all this. So I think it's fortunate. So we may have UMN. At least, we have place we can really speak our mind and have a power. Now 8 million people is a lot of people. It's a big power. So we should use that, not just to just gathering around. So that's what I think we're gonna do slowly in like a movie, and maybe I think I got some good idea too. After talking right now, I got some other idea. And maybe we're gonna start to form some kind of like tours to each country, and for the different group of some of the women, some of the matriarchy lovers, and they have much better financial ability. When they can start organize certain kind of a tour group, and then they can go different places and to do a study before we form our own like a legal things. Maybe it's something that we can do. It is feasible. So that's why right now my way is the people who knows these countries, like in Indonesia and Africa, Estonia, India, Costa Rica, and China. We already have it. So I already have ambassador. Everything we've done for 2 tribe. We already have a tribe leader joined. So we're working on the one in India. And one of the filmmakers came to my film festival in June. She went back and started to talk to the tribe in India. So we kind of slowly sort of get all of them back in there. So we, one-on-one, then we can have local, so we can start bringing an international tour people to those missions. Of course, we're tour there. We can help their local economic, and same time to form our better system, due diligence study to say, okay, let's say India's matriarch system, how they operate, what exact detail, because right now everything we do is on a book. I'm just very certain. Okay? So if we're going there and a couple of times, and we get all these scholars in there, so we have much better way. This is going to help us for file our we have to when we establish a city or the village, want to under by our rule, we have to file like a registration and an incorporation, like a declaration, like they like a you know, constitution, kind of like that. So for
Yes.
doing that, we better to do enough good study to then we drop out something really phenomenal and fair and really good for the human society. Not say, well, not based on one of the tribe or two of the tribe, we will based on all 8 tribe, or also we still combine what the modern society is. So that's needed study. That's needed a really serious study and research. So I think that's another thing we can starting, you know, get doing it, you know. Sometimes we, you know, like I said, because fortunately I live in United States and the women here, most of the people will work. So financially, if we're into this, how much better so we afford, we can do by ourselves just for like a tour fun with a fun thing and sometimes finish our study. So that's can be funding. And of course, if we are get all the members, all the 8 tribe being our signing our UMM, then we can quickly get funding. So this we can get some sponsorship or like financial supporting from all the nonprofit organization. Then we could give the like a fund for all the like for the woman for the lovers who don't have that, you know, financial ability, but they still like getting involved for this study. We can give them scholarship or some little support so they can able to do it. So that's another thing we wanted to do too. So it's kind of like said, we're building a thing. We wanted to have everybody has their vision of it, and we make it best of everybody, and you know, choose the best plan for it. So that's another thing. I think right I'm talking, I got this idea. So I'm gonna slowly do each country a movie, and we're doing that. Then we probably form more, you know, those kind of you know, all the studying system. Then we kind of have all the material. Then we can, when we're writing the constitution, so we can have our you know, real thing, you know, have something real
Yeah.
thing, have
No,
constitution.
I'm actually really glad that you were able to get some ideas while talking to us, because that's how this is supposed to grow. Like, we talk to
Yeah.
each other, we share ideas, and then we get
Yeah,
ideas on how
it's
to.
only like a brainstorm, so we got some
Yeah.
ideas. Yeah, so it's like anyone, you know, who are into their really like the idea, and just you know, like message us on our website, or message us in, you know, we have email, then we have the social media. So now social media is so good thing, just writing us. We do, you know, whenever I have a time, we do check on, we do try to work on with it. So like I said, really need everybody's help, especially I think South American countries. We right now we didn't find anyone yet to be, you know, to be kind of develop the ambassadorship with those countries. We are still working on it. So if you are in a South America, like Costa Rica, then you do kind of you know, you contact us. You can be able to our liaison or something to work on. Like I said, the very first thing we want to get all the members to register. Then we can have something, you know, declared. I think once we have all these 8 tribes sign up, we can communicate with the leaders. We will definitely, I will definitely find a place in United States or in China or in India, someplace, a city to host international, you know, like conferences for all the leaders of the tribe. I think we can get that. We can get sponsorship for that. You know, that's why I really need all the women. And so Tanya, we've been kind of talking to other people, but not exactly right people to talking yet. But Estonia is in Europe. I think people who are in the Europe area knows that island with all the matriarch systems. Just go, please help us, and just get their local leaders, and you know, talk to us in the emails or phones or whatever. Then we have it. I think Asia, Indonesia, we have somebody start talking now. India have somebody talking now. Then you know, like China already have it. So then already got people talking. You know, already basically we have all the leaders already signed in. We need like South Africa and the Africa one. Then we are thinking, we are tell people they're talking. I don't know, they were trying to get the African one to in Kenya. If they are signed up, then they'll be good. So anyway, we're working on it. So it's only 8 of them. So we got almost 4 of them, start working. So in another 4, if you guys in the South American countries, and yes, please, girls coming help out. Yeah.
Yeah. So, everyone listening, I thank you for listening so far. And I'd like to take a minute to remind you, like, if you don't know who we are Matriarchy Times, and we are a matriarchal community and organization that is working towards building matriarchy in our society. A link to our website will be down below, as well as a link to Miss Lynn Tang's website of the United Matriarchy Nations. And also, we will be listing out her videos so you can see if you can try to watch some of them. She's a filmmaker, an entrepreneur, and someone who's doing big work in the matriarchal world. Miss Lynn Tang, is there anything you'd like to tell our audience before we sign off for today?
Yeah, I think I wanted you guys to sign up for the just be anything. You want to be a volunteer, or you want to be a help for like to be communicators. Anything you think you can do, just email us. We have a website called umn.stculture.org. So that's our because we are a nonprofit organization. So you just help us and help the world. We have a website, and we also have Facebook page. We have LinkedIn page. I think I don't know we have an Instagram or not, but eventually we'll have it. So all the social platform will be, you Google it, you will find United Matriarchy Nations. You Google it, you find us. Then just leave us a message, whatever you can do. We definitely answer your questions, answer your messages. Because we're women, we're also taking care of things. Then if we find something to work on, we really welcome people to help. Like I said, this is going to be building a little, we really want everybody to come to support. You can also have your own vision, tell what you like to be. The UMN or the Matriarchy Society going to be, and then give us some ideas, and like say, once we have our other things, you can, let's say later on, we have our we, like I said, very first, since we get 8 of the community leaders sign up, and then we're gonna start to have an official installment meeting, physical meeting in one of the countries, and we're talking to people are in China, in United States, because where I can get the big sponsors, we can cover up those expenses for people coming from those area. I mean, I don't think they can afford to travel to here, but like I said, we will probably help out. That's why these are 2 places I know most. Of course, if some other countries wants to host, I'm fine. We can all meet over there. Then, of course, the Matriarchy system Matriarchy Times will be our official media person. You're gonna cover up all this stuff, and then we start from there. Then we'll see what's going. We started doing one step at a time, and at the same time form other things, and let's see what's gonna happen. I think once after that, then also even before that, we may have our landing, our very village location, land, everything going to be sorted out. And I, like I said, so we started building a physical like a Matriarchy Lake village, or whatever name, we don't know. Anybody can give us a name, we can vote for a name or something. Then we have that village, and we'll be starting to do our processing. So then we got something really in ground. I think right now I really need help is the listener who are into different countries. And if you know your country has some, even smaller minor, tribe or matriarchy, and let us know. And gather the people who are, them, to get their leader, the tribe leader, to be on board. So I think this is something I really like, worldwide audience can help out.
Yeah, so everyone, if you know of any matriarchal communities around where you live, please let us know in the comments. Also, you can vote for a name for Miss Lynn Tang's new matriarchal village, which will be exciting, I guess.
Yeah,
And I guess the other thing I have to say is start packing, because once this village is up and running, I guess it'll be there'll be a lot of people wanting to stay there. And
yeah, you can. That's why we already talked to the real estate developer. They of course we're gonna build the houses, and people want to stay there. They can buy, they can rent, they can whatever. They can just come. And for international wise, and like I said, we have one. I'll talk to the to ask for the American Immigration Office to have some kind of program for us. That takes longer, but I think we will figure out something out for have some special treatments for the matriarchy system, because it's a society. It's not like a different kind of group. So that's probably after we established, then we were asking for that. So in that way, we can have international matriarchy, things, and especially treatment for the woman, or for the society. They are able to come to live in our village in the United States. It's a lot of things, but I think if you look in the big picture, you're happy doing it. Hopefully, we can someday we can finish this. Yeah.
yes, very hopefully. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for listening. Thank you, Miss Lin Tang, for joining us today and talking to us about your projects and what you're doing. And I hope that we will be able to see all your plans in the future, and maybe we'll have another session with you so you can let us know how things are going.
Yes, we will post most of stuff in our Facebook page called United Matriarchy Nation. You guys go follow, and we will any news we're going to post on there. And of course, we're going to lay Matriarchy Times to know they're going to also, you guys going to also broadcasting and they ask all the views. We're going to, so the world knows we are coming back one step at a time. Yeah.
Everyone, thank you so much once again, and I hope you'll join us for our next episode on Matriarchal Voices. Do like, subscribe, share. Sharing is very important. We need more people to hear our message, because it's something that we really believe in, and I'm sure you will too after you start to understand what we're doing here.
Yes,
Okay,
just
everyone, thank you.
okay. Okay, bye-bye. All right, guys.